Alright, so obviously with Rose Clyde, we are looking for really good Saurian lineups, Star Alliance lineups. Logos and Dis are usually pretty strong. Brobnar is usually something you want to stay away from. Anomalies, this is the one set with anomalies in it. And obviously Legacies and Mavericks are always super cool to see as well. So let's open up this first deck here and see what we have in store. We have a purple Archon. And we have, let's see. Oh geez. I say Brobnar is the house that we want to stay away from. And of course Brobnar is the very first house that we see. Brobnar, Star Alliance, and Dis. Alright, there is some potential here. There is some potential there. Let's get it open. Alright, the name of this deck is The Duchess That Gossips About Poetry. That's a pretty cool name, I'm not gonna lie. Let's put the Archon card over there. And we have, starting off with Special Agent Fingers. Elusive Action Steal 1 in Star Alliance. Quadricorder. Zap. Stealth Mode. Kinkin. Medic Ingram. Like to see it. Light of the Archons. Expo Rover. Chief Engineer Walls. Arms Master Melina. Double. Triple Arms Master Melina. And onto Dis with a Scullion. Library of the Damned. Hysteria. Boronit's Touch. Not Finished With You. Double. Triple. Infernus. Infernus. Eterome, Draining Touch, Dendrix. Look at that. We've got a Maverick straight away. A Maverick Sanitation Engineer in-house Brobnar. That's actually really neat. Discard a card from your hand. Has a hazardous 1. That's actually super neat for a Brobnar, because Brobnar doesn't really cycle quite like this. Not that I know of, so that's super neat. A Brobnar Sanitation Engineer. Very cool. Mog Hunter's Brew. Mega Mog Hunter. The floor is lava. I have never opened this artifact before. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to a friendly creature and 1 damage to an enemy creature. Interesting. I could see it having its uses, but it seems a little strange to me. Regular Mog Hunter, Ire Staff, double, Grand Nine Toes, double Grand Nine Toes, Ganger Chieftain, and Alaka. Now I'm not gonna lie, usually I'm pretty worried when I open up Brobnar in a World's Collide deck, but this actually doesn't seem too bad, because the double Ganger Chieftain, Grand Nine Toes isn't terrible. Well, the Ire Staffs aren't great. Mog Hunter's alright. Mega Mog Hunter. The Maverick Sanitation Engineer is super cool. But we have to go to this Dis for a second. With the double Infernus and a Hysteria, that is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Bornit's Touch here. Triple Arms Master Melina for that protection. Protecting things like probably the Medic Ingram and the Kinkin. But overall, that's actually a pretty neat deck. I like that. Especially that Maverick. That's so cool. Alright, with deck number 2, we have Logos, Star Alliance, and Dis. Wow, would you take a look at that Archon? That's a cool looking Archon. This is a solid lineup of houses. Mrs. Apocord, the Tall Diplomat. Interesting. Let's get it open. Alright, to Mrs. Apocord, let's see what you have in store for us. Starting off with the Psionic Officer Lane. After an enemy creature reaps, archive the top card of your deck. We have Universal Translator, Transporter Platform, beautiful. Navigator Ellie, Zap, Double Zap, Sensor Chief Garcia, Medic Ingram, Lieutenant Cracker, Commander Chan, Comm Officer Kirby, Cloaking Dongle, onto Logos with the Code Monkey, double, Anomaly Exploiter, Wormhole Technician, double, triple, Wild Wormhole, Titan Guardian, Thorium Plasmate, Quant, Hologramophone, Hapsis, oh great, and onto Dis with a Wretched Doll. 3 Fates, Soulfill, Hysteria, The Evil Eye, Rotgrub, Not Finished With You, Lilithal, double, Dendrix, and Buzzle. Okay, that Dis looks... Let me take a look at this Dis here again. That's interesting. I do like Rotgrub with Hysteria. Double Rotgrub, I should say. Wretched Doll is really sad to see. 3 Fates is nice for some of that board control, definitely. This Logos looks pretty fun. I do like Wormhole Technician quite a bit. And having 3 of him is really neat. Double Code Monkey is really nice, especially maybe for archiving some of those Disc creatures away. This Star Alliance lineup looks pretty solid, though. I do like that. The Cloaking Dongle. We have Cloaking Dongle and Universal Translator to go along with that Transporter Platform, which is nice. We have some real threats on the board, like the Psionic Officer Lang and the Comm Officer Kirby. Overall, looks pretty decent. Medic Ingram will be nice, especially for warding things like Sensor Chief and whatnot, but yeah, that's not bad. Alright, here we go with the third deck, which has houses Saurian, beautiful, Dis, and Untamed. Xanthos, Mercenary of the Grim Museum. Let's see what this museum has. Alright, put the Archon card over there. We have, starting off with House Untamed, Vineapple Tree, one of the weirdest cards I've ever seen in my life. Inca the Spider, the Feathered Shaman. Lodon, Fogbank, Unnatural Selection, double. Song of the Wild, Regrowth, Harmonia, Bramble Links, double. And onto Saurian with So Salt. Tribune Pompatus, double Tribune Pompatus. Draco Praco, Rudder Gallum, Prefectus Ludo, Phalanx Strike, Odoac the Patrician, double. Imperial Scutum, double Imperial Scutum. Those will be really nice to put on the Tribune Pompatuses. Axiom of Grisk. Hey, look at that! We have an Urtanu deck. Urtanu's Binding, double, and Urtanu the Chain. There he is. Reap. Return each copy of Urtanu's Binding from your discard pile to your hand. For each one returned this way, deal 2 damage to the creature with 2 damage splash. I like him. Greater Oxtet. Look at that! This is my first Greater Oxtet. Taunt. At the end of your ready card step, purge a card from your hand. If you do, give Greater Oxtet 2/+1 power counters. He has his uses, and sometimes he really does not. We'll just have to see how this deck wants to use him, I guess. Bornet's Touch, Bornet himself, Lilithal, Imp Spectre, Exhume, Draining Touch, Buzzle, and Binding Irons. This deck has some really neat cards in it. From the Urtanu to the double Tribune Pompatus, that would have a lot of potential. Each friendly creature gets +2 power for each Ember on it. Oh, okay, so I think I had him confused with somebody else. I think that isn't there somebody who gives creature to other, or gives power to other creatures based on how much Ember is on them? I think that's Primus Unguis. But dang, that is really neat. Double Tribune. There's also some weird cards in here. Like the So Salt is kind of strange. This Untamed doesn't look like horrible. Like it's not the worst Untamed I've ever seen. Vineapple Tree is pretty strange, but yeah, you guys will have to let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this one. This one is very odd. I do like Urtanu. He's pretty neat. Alright, so with deck number 4 we have Saurian, Logos, and Dis. Look at that Archon. First off, that man is a fat owl juggling some fire. I like him. Blandings of Midex. That's a name. Blandings of Midex. Let's see what he has. Alright, we've got Triumph. That is a very neat Saurian key cheat. If there are no enemy creatures, exalt each friendly creature. If you do, and there are 6 or more friendly creatures, forge a key at no cost. It's one of those ones that lets you forge a key for free, but boy is it conditional. There's a lot going on there. We have the Colosseum. Wow, another key cheat straight away. After an enemy creature is destroyed while fighting, put a glory counter on the Colosseum. Omni, if there are 6 or more glory counters on the Colosseum, remove 6 and forge a key at current cost. That's very interesting. The Calipigian Ideal. Library of Polysaurus, Gargantodon, Senator Shrix, double, Questor Jarda, Prefectus Ludo, Odoac the Patrician, Legatus Raptor, double. Oh, onto Logos with a strange gizmo. The most, destructive card ever. After you forge a key, destroy each creature and artifact. Whoa! Double strange gizmo. What the heck, man? I don't even know what to think about that. Quantum Finger Trap, Mini Group Think Tank, Jargoggle, Quant, Triple Quant, Igor, Eddie, Daughter. What the heck? Why am I opening so many Wretched Dolls? Oh my gosh. Onto this with a Wretched Doll. Spider, Hysteria, Malison, Imp Spectre, Harbinger of Doom, double, Exhume, Eterome, Dendrix, Binding Irons, double Binding Irons. This is a wacky heckin' deck, bro. Holy cow. Double Harbinger, another Wretched Doll. Eddie with double Igor is really nice. This Logos looks actually halfway decent. The Daughter with the Eddie, double Igor, and the triple Quant. Those will be nice just for getting some of those action cards out of your hand, I guess. The Binding Irons will be nice to play with that. Exhume possibly. And maybe some Saurian cards? There aren't really... Are there any Saurian action cards in this deck? Hold on a minute. Creature, artifact, upgrade, artifact. Oh, okay. Triumph is the one Saurian action card in this entire deck. That's very interesting. So these quants might have limited uses. double Strange Gizmo? Like, what the heck am I supposed to do with that? I don't even know. Double Legatus is nice. I enjoy the double Senator Shrix. And Calpigeon Ideal with Gargantodon could have some potential, maybe. And the double Key Cheat. This, I don't even know what to say about this deck. I have, my brain cannot compute this deck. What do you guys think of this whack deck? Whack? Maybe it's not whack. Maybe it's really good, but I couldn't tell you. This thing is crazy. Alrighty. Deck number 5. Shadows. Brobnar. Dis. Oh no. I've had so many just crappy Shadows Brobnar Dis decks that I don't know if I have high hopes for this one. Hold on. First off, this guy looks like a turtle. And we have Zondra General Bull Otero. I do like that name. Alright, what does Zondra have in store for us? Starting with Shadows, Finch Cloak, Subtle Chain, Spike Trap, No Safety in Numbers, Fidget, Chain Gang, that's a fun card to have, Umbra, Double Umbra, Kymor Eclipse, Hugger Mugger, Hit and Run, Bad Penny. Ooh, onto Dis with a Soul Snatcher. Hecatomb, this is my first Hecatomb as well. I'm opening all sorts of neat cards here. Play, destroy each Dis creature. Each player gains 1 Ember for each creature they control that was destroyed this way. That could combo really well with the Soul Snatcher, depending on what other Dis creatures we have. Double Hecatomb, what is going on? Obsidian Forge, Hysteria, Rot Grub, Draining Touch, Double Draining Touch, Dendrix, Buzzle, Binding Irons. So that was like 4 Dis creatures. That's not great, especially not for 2 Hecatombs. Narp's Brew, Mega Narp, oh gee, Lava Ball, Flamewake Shaman, Stiltkin, Double Stiltkin, Regular Narp, Gron Ninetoes, Groak, Ganger Chieftain, Barn Raising. Oh boy. This is another really wacky looking deck. This Brobnar, meh. It's not great. Well, it's okay, I guess. Definitely not great. I don't like Narp at all. This double Hecatomb with only like 5 Dis creatures is not fantastic. Obsidian Forge might be easy. Well, not necessarily easy, but it might be able to. You might be able to pull that off. Double Hecatomb. Why am I opening like so many double rares today? It's so strange. This Shadows looks pretty mid. Looks not great. Yeah. Chain Gang is fun. Fidget is fun. But yeah, that just looks like any old World's Collide deck to me. But maybe it has some hidden potential. We'll just have to see. Moving on to deck number 6. We have Shadows again. Brobnar again. No, stop. Don't you dare give me this. Okay, I'm tamed. H. Crow, the Hall Countess. Please be better. You've got to be kidding me. Another Vineapple Tree. Why? Why is this happening to me? Vineapple Tree. The Feathered Shaman, Instrument of Silence, Gabuk, Flaxia, The Fittest, Rusnar, Molfin, Imprinted Murmuk, Deepwood Druid, Bramble Links. Onto Shadows with a Subtle Chain. No Safety in Numbers. Bren the Fanatic, double. Yancy Gang, double. Mug, Kymor Eclipse, Javinda, Hugger Mugger, Hit and Run, Breaker Hill. Onto Shadows with a Narp's Brew. Chieftain's Brew, Mega Narp, Mega Ganger Chieftain, Forgemaster Og, Gravel Guts, Flamewake Shaman, Tremor, Stiltkin, Shorty, Mog Hunter, and Alaka. Oh geez, these decks are not treating us nicely tonight. I mean, let's look at this Brobnar. I mean, that's not the worst Brobnar I've ever seen. Thankfully, it's just the one Narp, the one Mega Narp, so that Brobnar's not too bad. That is some pretty good creature power, I think, for the most part. This Hit and Run doesn't really mesh with anything super great, nor does the Kymor Eclipse. There's nothing really to kill the Brend. There are a lot of creatures, though, so that might make the Flaxia go off somewhat consistently. Freaking Vineapple Tree is still here. How many creatures do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 creatures. That's definitely not a bad creature count. So there is some good, like, board presence in this deck. But it's still not great. Or maybe it is. Maybe I'm terrible at analyzing decks, and maybe that's a fantastic deck, but I definitely don't think it is. Alright, we're halfway through this display. Let's move on to deck number 7. Alright, moving on to deck number 7. Please, please give me something other than Wretched Doll, Vineapple Tree, or House Brobnar. We have Saurian. We have this. We have Shadows. It that lawlessly fuels the pit. That is a very odd name. Alright, it that lawlessly fuels the pit. What have you? We have a customs office. That's not a bad start. Another subtle chain. Fidget. Dusk Runner. Yantzee Gang. Chimera Eclipse. Javinda. Breaker Hill. Please don't give me more than one Breaker Hill. Oh my goodness! Triple Breaker Hill. Okay. Avinda. Calipigian Ideal. Pterodactyl. Exile. Draco Praco. City-State Interest. Centurion Stenopius. Tricerian Legionary. Tribute. Double. Senator Strix. Rudder Golem. Chant of Hubris. And here we go with another Hecatomb. I haven't opened up a single Hecatomb this, like, in my entire KeyForge career. And here I am now, I've opened 3 of them. 2 in one deck and 1 in this one. Obsidian Forge, Bornit, Not Finished With You, Misery Exploit, Lilithal, Infernus, Imp Spectre, Eterome, Double, and Dendrix. Okay, the Shadows, first and foremost. Holy heck, bro. This Shadows is, like, not good. I hate Breaker Hill with a passion, so the fact that I have 3 of him in this deck is just absolutely maddening to me. Chimera Eclipse? What am I doing with that Chimera Eclipse? Who knows? Nothing useful, probably. Dusk Runner, double Yantzee Gang, that's not bad. This is just lots of creatures, and I can get creatures back that I might want. I mean, these Inspectors would be nice to get back, I guess. Obsidian Forge would be nice. I think the Saurian makes up for this deck a little bit. The double Tribute is obviously really, really nice, especially when paired with the Exile. This is an odd deck. Pretty lawless, and it fuels my anger. That's for sure. Alright, here we go with deck number 8. Brobnar. Shadows. Untamed. No, what are these decks? Grimmark. She who fades from the Armory. I'm about to fade from this display, I tell you what. Well, at least I know, even if all these other decks are just total crap, I did open a Maverick straight away, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's go. Punctuated Equilibrium, my favorite card in the whole entire game. That is a breath of fresh air after what we've been opening recently. Unnatural Selection, Tintadlin, double, triple Tintadlin, Mustic Murmuk, double, Key Charge, interesting, Harmonia, Ghost Hawk, Deepwood Druid, Cauldron Boil. Hey, look at this guy. Untamed Plant. Elusive after a player chooses Untamed as their active house, gain 1. That would be useful in getting closer to that Key Charge, in addition to the Ghost Hawk and stuff. Treasure Map. There we go. This is the sort of Shadows I like to see. Too much to protect. Into the Night. Another Fidget. Dusk Runner. Yantzee Gang. Simon. Mug. Hawk. Breaker Hill. Bad Penny. Signal Fire. Omni. Sacrifice Signal Fire for the remainder of the turn. Friendly Brobnar creatures may fight as if they belong to the active house. Interesting. And a Shattered Throne. After a creature is used to fight, it captures 1. That's a pretty fantastic artifact. Ogopogo. Tremor. Shorty. Grand Nine Toes. Double. Gengar Chieftain. Calfine. Barn Raising. Oh, great. Double Barn Raising and an Alaka. Well, double Barn Raising is not really what you like to see. The rest of the Brobnar doesn't look horrible, though. I don't think. The Shattered Throne is really nice. Signal Fire might be able to lead into some pretty good stuff, I guess. The Shadows doesn't look terrible. In terms of ways to steal after playing the TMTP, if Breaker Hill is out, then that might add some potential, maybe. Got some good artifact control with Hawk, but anyway. Yantzee Gang would be there. A creature with Dusk Runner would have to be Shadows, though. That's about it. So TMTP does not have much to combo off of it. And the Untamed. I don't know how reliable that key charge is going to be. The Ghost Hawk would definitely help with that. The Untamed Plant might help with that. Triple Tentatlin is kind of weird. Might mess with the opponent's archives a little bit. And you gotta love the Punk Eek here. Another odd deck. Another deck that doesn't look great, but oh well. What can you do? Alright, in deck number 9, give us something good, I'm begging you. Untamed, Star Alliance, and Shadows. Alright, at least we have Star Alliance. There could be something good here. The name of the deck is Wooden Midnight Zitkala. I'm a fan of the Archon, by the way. Sort of a little grabby little dude. Anyway, we have Wild Spirit, Panpaka Jaga, Mimicry, there we go, Mab the Mad, Grasping Vines, The Fittest, Molefin, Imprinted Murmuk, Double, interesting, Ghost Hawk, Deepwood Druid, Cauldron Boil. And on the Star Alliance with Kakar's Blaster. Hey, this is my first Operations Officer Yi, who has Taunt, and each of his neighbors gains Fight, Reap, Capture one. He's pretty neat. I like how he's like a Sanctum dude, but in Star Alliance. I like him. Universal Translator, Nurse Soto, Double, Navigator Alley, Force Field, Light of the Archons, Lieutenant Cracker, Double, First Officer Frayne. Whoa! Another Maverick! A Star Alliance Warrior's Refrain. That actually looks super cool. The artwork for Warrior's Refrain actually looks really, really cool with the Star Alliance card colors. That's very cool. Interesting, how might that synergize? Treasure Map. Ring of Invisibility. This creature gains Elusive and Skirmish. Whisper, Subtle Maul, Subtle Chain. Interesting. No safety in numbers. Chain Gang. That's some nasty deck manipulation there. Or hand manipulation, I should say. Trust No One, Hugger Mugger, Double, Avenda. What the heck? 2 Mavericks in the same deck. This one is a Shadows Axiom of Grisk, and there's no Saurian in this deck. Holy cow. I mean, I've opened double Maverick decks before, but that is crazy. I've never done it in Worlds Collide. So in this deck, we have both a Shadows Axiom of Grisk and a Star Alliance Warrior's Refrain. Dang. Alright. I'm very pleased with this display now. I don't care what else we've opened. This is super, super cool. Wow. Let's see what we have here. This Shadows doesn't look terrible. I do like having the Chain Gang with the Subtle Maul and the Subtle Chain. That's super cool. Ring of Invisibility is really neat. We have Double Lieutenant Cracker for some protection. Let's see here. This guy's super cool. The double imprinted Murmuk is actually really nice as well, especially with the protection that we can give it with things like the Lieutenant Cracker. Ghost Hawk is nice for just getting you to that 6 Ember faster. Mab the Mad is interesting. Mimicry is cool. But dang, I can't get over the fact that there's 2 whole Mavericks in here. Let's take a look at the identity card here for a second. Cover that up. Yeah, and there they are. Shadows Axiom, Star Alliance Refrain. That's super neat. Alrighty, here we go with deck number 10. Star Alliance, Brobnar, and Logos. That Archon looks really cool. Miss Dr. Payne Schneider. Another super cool deck name. Miss Dr. Payne Schneider. Alright, let's open it up. Starting it off with another Special Agent Fingers. Oh, I think I already see something coming up. Transporter Platform, Stunner, Stealth Mode, Sensor Chief Garcia, Medic Ingram, Lieutenant Cracker, Comm Officer Kirby, Arms Master Melina. Alright guys, here it is. Here's the anomaly. Let's see what it is. Nizak the Forgotten, in-house Star Alliance. While fighting, Nizak the Forgotten gains Invulnerable. That is, it cannot be destroyed or dealt damage. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Nizak the Forgotten, return that creature to its owner's hand. Well, that is awesome. This is only my second anomaly. The other one is an Orb of Wonder in House Saurian, I believe. So this is super cool. Nizak the Forgotten with an Invulnerable a keyword or whatever coming up in a future set. And I just wonder how he works, you know? Like, after an enemy creature is destroyed fighting him, which obviously he's not going to be taking any damage for that, and then it goes back into its owner's hand. So, that's interesting. I'm very keen to see how this guy plays out. On to Logos with a Universal Recycle Bin, Pocket Universe, Memory Chip, Anomaly Exploiter. We've had nothing but artifacts so far. Wild Wormhole, Double, Thorium Plasmate, Sanitation Engineer, Quant, Hapsis, Eddy, Babbling Bibliophile, and on to Brobnar with the Flamemake Shaman, Double, Narp, Ground Nine Toes, Grok, Barn Raising, Double, Volcano, Alaka, and Alaka. We got 3 Alakas. Interesting. Well, the Brobnar obviously doesn't look too great. Volcano is really nice, obviously. The Logos looks pretty spicy, I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy these artifacts, the Anomaly Exploiter, etc. Super stoked, obviously, about the Anomaly Star Alliance Nizek the Forgotten. How cool is that? And yeah, the rest of this Star Alliance just looks like your regular old Star Alliance. So that's super neat. Apparently, it's just the bottom half of this display that has all the cool cards in it. So we'll see what deck number 11 has in store. Also, I must say, I'm really excited to see what house Nizek the Forgotten belongs to in the future, because he is such a cool looking creature. Like, what house is going to have creatures that just look like that all the time? Alright, deck number 11. Shadows, Untamed, and Star Alliance. Emerdigo, the Actor of Equality. Equality. Emerdigo, the Actor of Equality. Let's see what he has. Alright, Emerdigo, or Emerdigo. Let's go! Punctuated Equilibrium right off the bat. Penpeka Anga. Mimicry. Double Mimicry. That's awesome. Camouflage. Song of the Wild. Rusnar. Mustic Murmuk. Keycharge. Imprinted Murmuk. Double. Ooh. Onto Star Alliance with the Peace Accord. Each player gains 2 Ember when it gets played. After a creature is used to fight, its controller loses 4 Ember. Destroy Peace Accord. Interesting. Hey, Galactic Census. This is my first Galactic Census deck. If there are exactly 3 or exactly 4 houses represented among creatures in play, gain 1 Ember. If there are exactly 5, gain 2. If there are 6 or more, gain 3. Quadricorder. Censor Chief. Kinkin. Light of the Archons. First Officer Frayne. Chief Engineer Walls. Double. Arms Master Melina. And onto Shadows with a Lethal Distraction. Let's go TMTP. Into the Night. Yantzee Gang. Umbra. Double. Mug. Double. Chimera Eclipse. Double. Hugger Mugger. And Breaker Hill. So obviously we want to be saving the Hugger Mugger to go along with that TMTP. Chimera Eclipse is obviously has potential. I don't know about in this deck though. Maybe, yeah, interesting. Lots of doubles in this deck, lots of consistency, which is nice. I'm excited to have these 2 cards because they are rare and I don't see them very often. Particularly this one, I've never played with that one before. Double Imprinted Murmuk with the Keycharge, potentially allowing you to forge at 5, I believe, right? Because with double imprinted, keys would cost 4, Keycharge, lose 1, and then forge at 4, so you have to have 5. Yeah, that's very interesting. Double Mimicry with the Punctuated Equilibrium. I could see this deck having some potential. Definitely not the best deck ever, but definitely not the worst. This one looks like it could be fun to play with. Alright, we just have 1 deck left. Let's get it open and round off this Worlds Collide display. Alright, here we go with the final deck of this Worlds Collide display. Give me something good. We have... Oh no. I need to stop saying, give me something good. Because then I don't have... Because then I just get stuff like this. Brobnar. And Logos. And this. Alright, there is potential. Cynic, Roxy, Gilastain. Alright, that's a cool Archon, by the way. Anyway, let's see what this deck has. Starting it off with Logos. A self-bolstering automata. Destroyed if you have any other creatures in play. Instead of destroying him, fully heal it, exhaust it, and move it to a flank. If you do, give it 2+1 power counters. Jargoggle. Interdimensional Graft. Code Monkey. Wild Wormhole. Tau Vapors. Hologramophone. Hapsis, Igor, Eddie, Daughter, Double Daughter. On to this with a Dexis. After your opponent plays a creature on the right flank, they lose 1 Ember. Lesser Octet, Poltergeist, Obsidian Forge, Bornit's Touch, Malison, Infernus, Festering Touch, Draining Touch, Dendrix, Binding Irons, Binding Irons. And on to Brobnar with another Shattered Throne. Very nice. Gargantu's Scrapper, Tremor, Double, Mog Hunter, Grand Ninetoes, Groke, Ganger, Cowfine, Volcano, and Volcano. Well, definitely not the most exciting finish to the display, but still has some neat stuff nevertheless. This Brobnar doesn't look too bad, besides the Gargantu Scrapper, of course. This disc doesn't look too bad. I have like a lot of singles in this deck. Like there aren't like hardly any doubles. This Logos looks like a lot of fun though. Double Daughter, lots of like decent cycle with the Igor and the Tautau Vapors, some good Ember Burst with the Code Monkey, Interdimensional Graft for scaling Ember Control, Jargoggle for some hidden surprises. Fun stuff. Oh, here we go. There's a double Volcano. So there's some even more board control. But yeah, Shattered Throne is nice. There's a decent amount of Brobnar creatures to go along with the Shattered Throne, and some decent disc creatures as well. Well, not really. There's only like 4 in there. Huh. Very interesting. And there we have it. That is the final deck of the Worlds Collide display. Man, let's think here. We definitely did not get the crazy stuff that we were looking for in terms of like insane Star Alliance, like Saurian lineups. There was definitely some decent Saurian stuff and some decent Star Alliance stuff, but none of that just absolutely wild, bonkers stuff that you see out there in competitive scenes. But beyond that, even though we didn't get those super competitive decks, we definitely got some really, really cool decks. We ended up getting, let me think here, we got the double Maverick deck with the Shadows Axiom of Grisk and the Star Alliance Warriors Refrain, which that is super, super cool. Mavericks are one of my favorite aspects of KeyForge, so getting 2 of them in a Worlds Collide deck and them actually being pretty neat, that is really cool. We also opened the Anomaly, Nizak the Forgotten in House Star Alliance, which is really awesome. Anomalies are super cool. They're extremely rare. I only have 1 other, like I said, the Orb of Wonder and Saurian. So opening up a second one, that makes me really happy. And it's Nizak the Forgotten. He's probably like one of the coolest looking anomalies in my opinion. But beyond that, yeah, we opened up some really odd doubles. We had that weird double Hecatomb and Soul Snatcher with only like 3 or 4 disc creatures, so I have no idea how that's going to play out. Yeah, overall, some really wacky stuff. A lot of fun stuff. I'm excited to try out these decks and see what they can do. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about these 12 decks. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this unboxing of a Worlds Collide display. It's always fun to do these unboxings or these display openings. So far, I've done Call of the Archons, Mass Mutation, and this Worlds Collide one. So the only 2 sets that are left are Age of Ascension and Dark Tidings. So if you want me to do some openings for those 2 sets, let me know. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I cannot wait to see you all again in the next one. See you later.